there are really two issues here that are more important than worrying about who calls whom between a 3-year-old and his dad. The first issue is taking care of yourself, and the second issue is taking care of your son. Now, the first issue is important because you have to take care of yourself before you're really in any position to take care of anyone else, especially a mother, a parent taking care of a child. You need to be in good shape yourself. Now, you've really undergone a trauma here from the sound of things. You've mentioned an affair. It sounds like this is infidelity we're talking about. Someone has broken a promise to you, that your husband has cheated on you and broken his promise to be exclusively with you. Now that is going to be very upsetting. It's going to cause a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of anger, and that's very understandable. And I can hear in your words that hurt, that anger, and I think that's appropriate, and frankly it just is. So you need to make sure that you have a place to bring those feelings so that they don't somehow get discharged where your son is present and become a part of his life. Because your relationship with your husband really needs to be kept separate from your son. He needs to be able to have his own relationship with his father. So first, taking care of you, we need to get you some room to have your anger and your hurt get heard, get listened to, and get the support that you need. Okay. Now obviously therapy would be a good idea right now to give you that support. And now the second issue here is your son. And there we can go back to the old court doctrine, which is establishing the best interests of the child. The best interests of the child here are not necessarily going to be a lot of fun for you. The fact is, when you have a child with somebody, whether you like it or not, you're kind of linked to that person for quite a few years, at least until your child is old enough to go on his own and have his own relationship with his father independently of you. But for right now, and I run into this all the time, you and your husband are attached by your duty to your son. So what you need to do here is first and foremost, I think, trust your son. Okay, he's only 3 years old right now. This is probably very confusing to him, and it may be frightening to him. But he is, over the years, as the years go by, going to have to make up his own mind how he feels about his father. Now, we know that you're not feeling very good right now about his father, and understandably so. But I would urge you to contain that and not overwhelm your son with your feelings. Let him have his own relationship with his dad. Now, obviously, if his father is in Asia with another woman and can't be bothered to pick the phone up to call him, that isn't a sign of his dedication to parenting, and that's a problem. And certainly, you can be angry about that. But more importantly, we have to find a way to include your husband as much as we can in your son's life, so that he can have a chance to have that important relationship. A little boy is going to be very interested. He's going to be fascinated, in fact, by his father, and he's going to idealize his father. Now, that may be right or wrong in your eyes, but it's going to be there, and you need to give him an opportunity to play that out in a natural way. Trust your son. He knows what he's doing. He'll be able to understand the care that you've given him, and he'll have a look at his father, and he'll have his own relationship with him, and he'll make up his own mind what he wants that relationship to be. So in terms of who calls whom, well, look, obviously your husband is not doing a very good job here as a father. It would be better if he called. Calling every day, frankly, from Asia is not a substitute for being in your son's life. I think it's probably overwhelming for a little boy to be on the phone every day with an absent father. I think it would be much more important, frankly, for him to come home and be nearby and spend some actual time with the boy. But you do what you can under the circumstances. And look, if you have to call him and put your son on the line, and that means that your son has some contact with his dad, then I guess that's just going to be what you're going to have to do. And I understand that that's infuriating, but it probably is in the best interests of your child.